Hey guys, it's Charlie. Geithner comes out Friday talking about he's sure of two things. Our Treasury Secretary, the former president of the New York Federal Reserve Bank, he's sure of absolutely two things that are going to happen this summer. We will not default, number one, and we will get our long-term spending under control. We'll get our deficit under control. This is going to happen. Now, I get comments from people, I can read the terror in their messages saying, if we don't raise the credit card limit, it's going to increase our borrowing costs, it's going to increase our deficits because the interest rates will go up, and it'll decrease our credit rating. We'll fall from a AAA to whatever. And I read stories from articles from other so-called economists and geniuses who think that the answer is simply to print more money and to throw the country further and further into debt. Don't you realize this is the same game? This is the same terror tactic used over and over again. 2007, we're sitting about $8 trillion in debt. Now we're sitting at $14.3 trillion. And if Geithner gets his way in the next year or so, we'll be at $16.3 trillion. There is no end to this spending because we don't talk about the real issues that led to where we are right now. Namely, the never-ending bailouts for the too big to fail and the never-ending war around this planet that we're waging in order to guarantee Empire America, in order to guarantee that we have resources flowing into this country cheaply. The idea that we can just borrow money and it's going to continue forever is an absolute joke. And if you want to be terrified about something, be afraid what's going to happen if we let this go another 2 or 3 or 4 years, where instead of $14.3 trillion, we're going to be at $30 trillion, $100 trillion in national debt. And that leaves alone what's unfunded. The quadrillion dollars worth of derivatives are looming out there around the world. All we're doing is digging a hole further and further and further to the point where right now we can't see light at the end of the tunnel. What's it going to look like at the end of the day when all the wealth has been stolen out of this nation and it's been done for a bunch of vampire squids who have no desire to do anything but enrich themselves on your back? Understand, there is no recovery. The trillions of dollars that have been spent has landed us where? In a Great Depression, the greatest of Great Depressions. The housing market has now surpassed the Great Depression in decline. Peak to trough, 29 to 33, we saw a decline of 31% in the housing sector. Right now, we see a decline of 33%. Did you happen to see the unemployment report that came out Friday showing 50,000 jobs created on the backs of trillions of dollars of stimulus money, trillions of dollars of bailouts? We get 50,000 jobs created, 30,000 of them are created by McDonald's. We have a never-ending industry in this country that is a war industry that is making money hand over fist, along with the big oil industry, along with the power elite on Wall Street. They're all funneling money to D.C., so the only city in this country that can see an increase in their housing prices is Washington, D.C. It's time to wake up and starve this beast. It's time to say, you know what, I'm calling your bluff. If the worst thing that's going to happen is we're going to lose our credit rating and borrowing costs are going to go up, well, great. Maybe we won't borrow so much and we'll start to look internally at the corruption that led to where we're at right now. Stories are attached. That's all I got.